Maybe we're not so different. Who are you under there? I'm Vengeance. The Batman debuted in March 2022, launching a new era for The Dark Knight. Now all eyes are on the Batman Part 2, especially with talk of the Joker's return in spin-off shows. Matt Reeves, who directed and co-wrote the film, introduced Robert Pattinson's Batman in his second year as Gotham's vigilante. While originally planned as a standalone movie, its ending set up a much bigger universe, with the sequel confirmed and Reeves hard at work. So, there's plenty to discuss, from returning cast members to the release date and whether Barry Keoghan's Joker will finally take center stage. It seemed for a while that The Batman Part 2 was on track for its October 2026 release, with director Matt Reeves confirming that the script was nearly complete. However, on December 27, 2024, news broke that the sequel had been delayed yet again, this time to October 2027. While frustrating for eager fans, the extra time gives Reeves the opportunity to fine-tune the story and deliver the best possible film. The delay sparked plenty of reactions, and James Gunn even took to Threads to defend the decision. He pointed out that some of the most iconic films had long gaps between sequels, emphasizing that no movie should enter production without a polished script. This suggests that Reeves may have been slightly optimistic about how close the script was to being finished. Despite the setback, The Batman Part 2 is still expected to begin filming in 2025. Following the massive success of The Batman, Warner Bros. Wasted no time in expanding the world Reeves built. Several spin-offs were announced, including a now-canceled Gotham City Police Department series, a potential Arkham Asylum show, and The Penguin, to officially premiered in September 2024. While the fate of other spin-offs remains uncertain. The Batman Part 2 is fully confirmed and moving forward. Warner Bros. Discovery has seen major shifts, including the appointment of James Gunn and Peter Safran as heads of DC Studios, which put many projects into question. However, Gunn confirmed that Reeves is locked in to write and direct two more of the Batman films, solidifying a full trilogy. This news was welcomed by fans, especially with other DC properties like the Arrowverse wrapping up. Though production hasn't officially started, it seems like Reeves is now in the final stages of script development, with filming expected to kick off later in 2025. Given the frequent delays, it's not surprising that The Batman Part 2 has faced multiple schedule shifts. The first film encountered similar issues due to the global pandemic, which halted production early on before resuming in late 2020. Initially slated for a summer 2021 release, The Batman was pushed back several times before finally landing in March 2022. History seems to be repeating itself. As Gunn's initial October 3rd, 2025 release date for the sequel has also been repeatedly pushed back, now settling on October 1st, 2027, 5 years after the first film. Despite the long wait, Reeves has refined the sequel with key casting confirmed. Robert Pattinson returns as Bruce Wayne alongside Colin Farrell's Penguin, whose arc in the Penguin series will impact the film. His growing power could complicate his dynamic with Batman, while Kristen Miliotti's Sophia Falcone may also play a role. Zoe Kravitz, Jeffrey Wright, and Andy Serkis are expected to return, and Barry Keoghan's Joker might have a larger role. Paul Dano's Riddler remains a wild card. With these elements in place, The Batman Part 2 is shaping up to be a compelling sequel worth the wait. As for what we know about the story for The Batman Part 2, the first film ends with a scene that sees the Riddler befriending the Joker in Arkham Asylum, teasing a potential alliance between the villainous pair. Joker's riddle possibly hints at the arrival of the Court of Owls, a criminal group made up of Gotham's wealthiest citizens. Meanwhile, Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne acknowledges in a voiceover that Gotham will rebuild, but with the death of Carmine Falcone, the city's chaos and corruption will only escalate. Now that Colin Farrell's Oz Cobblepot, also known as the Penguin, has secured power in Gotham, his role in the sequel could be even more significant. He provides a perfect foil for Pattinson's Batman as he dives deeper into the city's web of crime. Matt Reeves has confirmed that The Batman Part 2 will take place shortly after the Penguin spin-off series, making it likely that elements from the show will carry over into the film. Barry Keoghan's Joker is another major wild card. While he only appeared briefly in The Batman, a deleted 5-minute scene between him and Batman revealed a disturbing dynamic. The scene was cut to avoid taking attention away from Paul Dano's Riddler, but Keoghan's chilling portrayal has fans eager to see more. Unlike previous iterations, this Joker has a heavily disfigured face, hinting at a unique backstory. With Reeves slowly unveiling more of this version of the character, it seems likely that Joker's full debut is being saved for the Batman Part 2 or even a future installment. So, despite the confirmed sequel, a trailer won't be arriving anytime soon, as filming hasn't started. The movie is still in the early stages of development, with no finalized story details released yet. However, Warner Bros. Has been known to drop teaser visuals on social media as seen with Joker, Folie à Deux. A similar marketing approach for the Batman Part 2 is possible as production progresses. One of the biggest questions surrounding the sequel is whether the Joker will be the main villain. Since Batman visits him in Arkham to question him about the Riddler, there's a strong chance his role will expand. However, given the character's prominence in past Batman adaptations, Reeves might hold off on making him the central antagonist until a later film. A climactic battle between Batman and Joker seems like an endgame scenario rather than a sequel storyline. Another likely villain is the Court of Owls. The first film's focus on organized crime and corruption aligns perfectly with their secretive influence over Gotham's elite. With the city destabilized post-Riddler, the court could emerge as a dominant force, manipulating events behind the scenes. If this is the direction Reeves takes, Oswald may serve as an antagonist in some capacity, but the Court of Owls would likely be a primary threat. Warner Bros. Has also announced several spin-off shows set within the Batman universe. Originally, an HBO Max series centered on Gotham's police department was planned, but creative differences led to its indefinite hold. Reeves then pivoted to an Arkham Asylum series, which seemed like a perfect opportunity to explore the Joker in greater depth. However, in July 2024, reports surfaced that the Arkham Asylum project had also been shelved, at least for now. There is still a possibility that a new Gotham Asylum project could be developed in the future, but for now, it appears to be off the table. A Catwoman spin-off remains unconfirmed, but Reeves has expressed interest in bringing Zoe Kravitz back for a solo series. Given her standout performance and the Batman's success, there's a strong possibility this could happen. Meanwhile, DC new main continuity will introduce a different Batman in The Brave and the Bold. This version will reintroduce Robin and will likely have a lighter tone than Reeves' gritty take. Whether audiences will embrace two separate Batmen existing at the same time remains to be seen, but for now, The Batman Part 2 has full creative freedom to continue exploring Gotham's darkest corners. And that's all for today's video. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.